You guys, you are in Scottsdale. You've earned a trip, or you've made your way to Scottsdale to do this Golden Above retreat. I hope that your time at corporate yesterday was wonderful. I know that when I got to see Jean and Alec and Genevieve yesterday, they were really excited to come and hang out with you guys. So I hope that it was very fruitful for you. I hope that you felt very poured into. I hope that you walk away with just a resurgence of belief and excitement and passion in what we get to do here. So Kara asked me to share a little bit on just feelings of inadequacy, feelings of imposter syndrome, feelings of just maybe doubt in yourself. And I can tell you, I've never met a leader within this company that hasn't dealt with that. I have experienced that many times myself in different seasons. And the thing is, you have to make the decision. You have to make a decision. Are you going to let that run your business, which will eventually run it into the ground? You'll feel defeated. You'll feel discouraged. Or are you going to make the decision, honestly, to do something about it? That has been my experience every single time I have dealt with imposter syndrome. I know that I've shared a lot of my story, my history with this business with you all, but I am going to go back to that as an example. So after we went Emerald, and don't let that title be like, oh, well, that's not me. Like, I'm not at that place yet. Regardless, wherever you are, like, I hit a rank, and the people that I was doing the business with, that I had spent so much time and attention and love and passion and belief pouring into these people, so many of them quit. Like, we hit this rank, and then the very next month it was like radio silence. People started doing their own thing. People started going completely against what we were like training on. People were getting their feelings hurt. I mean, it was just weird. Like, people were choosing, we had people who were needing to take a break because of personal things. We had people who got in their own heads, and so they stopped. And so that was in October, and I didn't get to a place until April where I was not living in imposter syndrome. That was the hardest season of my business. I felt alone. I felt embarrassed. I felt insecure. I remember somebody asked me to do a team call for them. I think it was maybe Jen Leith, and I was like, I don't have anything in me. I can't give anything. I don't know. I don't know how to do this business. I don't know how to help people. I don't know what it looks like to be a leader. And so I sat in that for a really long time. And you guys, I can tell you, that was too long. I mean, I think it's okay to sit for a minute, but that was months and months and months of misery, months and months where I was in my head, and I was allowing those things that I was telling myself, you're not a good leader. Nobody wants to do this with you. Everybody, doesn't respect you. You don't know how to help people. You just got lucky. No one wants this with you. There's no way you're going to advance after this. And so, of course, I dropped in my rank, I dropped in my points. It was just really hard. And in that April, I was still sitting in that. I had a really toxic relationship with one of the girls on my team. And in April, I had to make a choice. Okay, it's been long enough. I need to make a choice. Am I going to just throw in the towel and be done because this is miserable and I am not enjoying this? Or am I going to get my act into gear and get into intentional action? But the thing is, I was already in action. I was still doing all the things, but I just didn't believe it. I wasn't having fun. So I had to make that choice if I was going to have fun. I'm at an airport. I'm sorry, guys. This is dedication. Anyways, so I had to make the choice. And you guys, I had to let go of that toxic relationship. I had to move on. I had to tell myself, you are a good leader. Keep growing. Keep learning. So I started learning. I started empowering myself. And I started praying for passion. I started praying for belief. I prayed to be able to identify what was truth and what was not truth that I was telling myself. But I think most importantly, letting go of toxic relationships or relationships that aren't serving you. was the most important thing for me to do. So I don't know if you guys relate to that. I don't know if maybe you have somebody in your downline that is taking up a lot of your time, that is maybe not deserving of your time. I know that's really harsh to say, but you have to make that decision that your time is valuable. Think about your family. You're choosing to spend time working your business and not be with your family in this moment. Is your time valuable? Are you pouring into somebody who is not putting foot to mouth to foot? Are you investing in people that really are just inconsistent and are just victims and complaining? Or are you putting in your time intentionally and pouring into those people who are showing up? Are you pouring into those people who are saying they want to do this? Maybe they're not, maybe they're not seeing huge results yet, but they're showing up and they're consistent and they're connecting with you. That's where you need to spend your time, and you need to be growing a wide level 1 base. You need to be pouring into yourself. Go and read different leadership books, because you guys are leaders. If you're golden above, you are leaders within this company. So prove to yourself that you can do this, because you can. But it comes down to you making that choice, you making that decision that you can get out of this, that this imposter syndrome is not truth. You're only making yourself miserable, and then you're making other people around you, your family, miserable because you're miserable. So make the choice and go do something about it. I hope that helps.